I always think one of the most important songs in the history of this country is overlooked.
Which one?
The Christmas song.
Yeah.
And Mel Torme wrote it.
Yeah.
He and Bob Wells. Mel Torme and Bob Wells wrote that song on the hottest day of the year in Hollywood.
Really?
They were supposed to be writing musical numbers for an MGM movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it was too hot to write. They didn't have air conditioning. They were sitting outside, and they went inside with fans blowing, and they had Bermuda shorts on and T-shirts. And Mel Torme and Bob Wells, who both grew up in New England, started actually talking about their New England days growing up.
Yeah.
And Torme mentioned, oh gosh, what I would give to have Jack Frost snipping at my nose again. And then somebody said, well, our chestnuts roasting, and they suddenly realized they were writing a song.
Oh, I love that.
And so in about 10 minutes, they wrote the Christmas song. And Bob Wells wanted to immediately take it to Bing Crosby.
Yeah.
Because Crosby had a hit on "Oh Come All You Faithful" in 1936. So
Yeah.
Bing's first hit was an old carol.
Uh-huh.
Then he, of course, took Irving Berlin's song, a song that Irving Berlin thought was very poorly written and didn't like,
Yeah.
White Christmas.
Yeah.
and it became a major hit, not only because of the movie Holiday Inn, but let's face it became a major hit because it was released. It was first sung 3 weeks after Pearl Harbor.
Oh, wow.
And America needed a
rallying point.
Well, they needed a secular hymn.
Yeah.
And something that assured them everything's going to be okay.
Uh-huh.
2 years later, he released "I'll Be Home for Christmas."
Mm-hmm.
So he had 3 major hits.
All of Christmas.
He was Christmas.
Yeah.
in so people's minds. And so Wells actually, in 1946,
Mm-hmm.
wanted to take that song to Bing Crosby.
Yes.
And that would have assured a hit.
Yeah.
Mel Torme, possibly because he was Jewish
Mm-hmm.
and had suffered as a kid some slings and arrows of anti-Semitism,
Yes.
wanted to take it to his friend Nat King Cole, who was black.
Mm-hmm.
Wells argued, and Wells was not prejudiced, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He was a man, though, who was looking after his own pocketbook, arguing, if we give that song to Nat King Cole, he'll do a great job on it, but it won't be played on Southern radio.
Yeah.
And we'll lose money.
Yeah.
We could make much more money on Bing Crosby.
Mm-hmm.
There was logic in that. But somehow Torme won. They took it to Nat King Cole. He recorded it, and it became the first Christmas hit by a black artist.
That's awesome.
And it was played on Southern radio stations because it was so good.
Yeah.
So long before Rosa Parks, long before Jackie Robinson in baseball,
Mm-hmm.
Mel Torme brought color to Christmas and integrated Christmas.
Yeah.
And therefore, I think that song is overlooked as how important it is. We love it as a Christmas song.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't imagine anybody doing a better job on it than Nat King Cole.
Yeah.
But I don't think we realize how important it was as a song for a movement to open the doors of society for
Mm-hmm.
people of color.
Yeah.
Even people of color don't talk about it much.
Yeah.
They talk about other songs. They talk about the movement. But I don't know how many people who were black artists were inspired by these two people giving Nat King Cole that song and that song becoming a hit.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that Nat King Cole is so well known, but his actual origins of his first hits and stuff like that weren't as well known. And so I love stories like these because it really amplifies.
Well,
that.
and let's face it, Nat King Cole eventually in the 1950s had his own television series.
Yeah.
Now it wasn't shown in the southern markets. They would pull
Yeah.
that network show off, but it nevertheless opened the door
Mm-hmm.
for other black artists.
Yeah.
And that is really significant because it also gave us a Christmas that was more colorful.
Yeah.
We had a white Christmas literally before. That is the songs that were introduced to that we played on radio and that we loved were by white artists.
Yeah.
Nat King Cole added color to Christmas. And that to me is one of the great stories in that book, Stories Behind the Best Loved Songs of Christmas, and later in the book, Stories Behind the Greatest Hits of Christmas.
Yeah.
Because of the impact it had on society that has been overlooked.